Welcome to our first episode.
Welcome.
Wow, this is such an exciting moment in your career, Christian, to join my show.
Sure, of course. I mean, it's called Bickering with Moti and Christian. There's no show without Christian, so...
Yeah, I guess you're right. So for all of you guys who are new here, I am Moti and Kari. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys better continue tuning in and subscribe and like and tweet and retweet and share on your LinkedIn and all of that stuff. For all you guys who don't know, I work as a content creator, as an influencer, whatever they call them these days. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Moti and Kari.
How do you spell that?
Motiankari. Thank you, Christian. And yeah, I worked in the fashion industry for many years. I've been working as a content creator, full-time content creator for 12 now. And we'll dig deep on this in next episode. But
on why do we think we're famous?
On what?
On why do we think you're famous enough to have a podcast?
Right. You know what? The reason why we have a podcast is because no one wanted to give us a TV show, and we just decided, you know what? We'll give it to ourselves.
Well, I always get approached by those, like, are you single? And, like, you want to do Love Island and all that stuff. And I'm like...
You should do it.
Well, they have an age limit, and I'm a little older.
Yeah.
So whenever I say my age, I say, oh, you're not allowed on this show anymore. And I'm like, I think that should be called out.
Christian was once asked
They
to
are
do...
ageist? How do you say it?
You were asked to do what? Romeo? What it was called? Finding Romeo or
So
something.
many of them. And like...
And he was going to be Romeo.
No, I wasn't going to be a love interest. I wasn't going to be the lead.
Oh, I thought
no
you
one
were
will
the lead.
understand what I'm saying. Look at my accent. Hear my accent. No one will understand a word I'm saying.
Okay, Christian, give us a little bit of an intro about you.
Okay, the few things I'm going to say. I'm Venezuelan. I'm Latino, so that's my rough accent is coming from there. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I am a sommelier. I am a graphic designer. I did a little bit of modeling. I'm a professional singer. I have a lot of patience because I'm dating Moti and Kari. And I started the Instagram business. Wow, like 2012, more or less, I think, when it all started. And I gained a following, and then that led me to move
Where
here.
you are today.
Move to New York. So, like Moti said, we've been doing this for a long time. We're irrelevant now, but we're trying to revamp our career with a podcast. So why did we start this show?
You know, like most people that turn, I don't know, let's say 31, 32, 33, hit their midlife crisis.
So you're already on that age bracket?
Pretty much. Normal people that go through...
Don't call normal people. Normal is a term I don't like using.
If you cut me off one more time, I will cut you.
But okay, fine.
Normal people that go through midlife crisis usually buy a nice watch, buy a nice car, maybe an apartment if they had a good month. Influencers, when they go through midlife crisis, they start a podcast. So you know...
Oh, they open an OnlyFans.
Shit's hitting the fans.
So that's why we're doing it?
That's exactly why we're doing it. No, we're not doing that. We're doing it because we wanted to diversify our content. We want to give our followers...
We have a lot to say.
We have a lot to say. And I feel like we don't say enough on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is like killing our content, so...
I barely speak on there. So this is an opportunity to show our following a raw side, an exciting side.
Sure.
And a different side.
Okay.
So why don't we jump in and tell people why we chose the name?
Well, because I think it's pretty obvious. I don't think you need to go deeper on it.
I think there's a little bit more depth. I don't want people to think we're that shallow and hate each other and we're in a relationship for no reason. But the reason why we called it Bickering is because first of all, we do love each other and we respect each other and we are incredible.
No, I like that our dynamic at home is basically bickering because it keeps us like prepared to actually encounter like these situations in real life, and then we're ready to,
Right. But it's also okay. It's also okay for couples to bicker and normalize bickering between couples because it's not always what you see on social media. A beautiful morning, waking up, grabbing a coffee and like a beautiful sunshine, and it's not always like that.
No, obviously, but I think we've been pretty clear. We've been pretty clear that we fight all the fucking time.
I think it's okay. We can agree to disagree, and disagreeing shouldn't be
No, you're always right, and I'm always wrong.
There we
That's
go.
that's
At least
how it
we
goes in
finally
this
agreed on
relationship.
something,
Yeah,
which is very exciting. I'm very excited to agree with you on that. Let's go back to basics.
Okay, on our first episode, we're going to talk about how Moti and I we met 8 years ago. You want me to start?
He's gonna lie, but sure, go ahead.
Well, someone slid into my DMs 8 years ago.
Okay.
I used to be living in Aruba. I used to be wearing Speedos all the time. And like, he was sending me like all these hearts and fire emojis. He still does to every single guy he sees. Till today, no respect for me. He still sends, and I guess he's hoping that, he's going to repeat the same luck. I don't think that's going to happen for him.
I don't make the same mistake twice.
But we met on Instagram. Yeah, that's how we met. And then...
well, this is the first time we're really digging deep in and really sharing our first...
No, tell the truth. It was on Grindr.
No. It wasn't. Christian and I have been speaking on social media for, I would say, about a year before we actually started talking on Instagram.
Yeah,
we were following
peers.
one another.
We were supporting each other. So.
We both, at the time, Christian was in a relationship, and I do not condone homewrecking, but we'll get into that in a couple seconds.
You're a homewrecker.
I said I don't condone that. I don't condone that type of behavior, and I would never support it. But we'll get into that in a couple of minutes.
I can see all the unfollows happening on your Instagram account right now.
Okay, but look, it's what's meant to be is meant to be, right? Anyways,
that's absolutely true. Okay, so we were talking.
We both got invited to the Louis Vuitton America's Cup. The America's Cup is this like fancy boat.
Give a timeline. This is 2016.
2016, we got invited to the America's Cup in May, and bougie, like how bougie is that?
Everybody knows you're bougie.
I mean, it's kind of bougie. Honestly, I was super excited to be there. We both got invited. A few days before the event, I got an email from Range Rover to join their boat, and last minute I joined the Range Rover boat because...
And he left me.
It was because it was like a huge deal that was actually paid, and they were giving me a Range Rover for the entire like summer. So no one's saying no to a Range Rover the entire summer.
But this is how it is. Moti loves money more than me. It's been clear for the past 7 years that it's money first, and then maybe Facebook, and then maybe his family,
business.
And then me.
That was a business opportunity that I didn't want to turn down. And anyways, sorry I didn't choose you. I didn't know you at the time, and I would still choose.
Karma already took care of this because I make your life miserable every day.
True, very true. I should have just not replied. I should have just never followed up. Anyways, that day, Christian, when I told Christian that I wasn't able to go on the boat, he got so mad, and I didn't know at the time that he was upset because I didn't know him. But now that I know him so well, I know he was petty. I know he was petty because I said...
No. But I also wanted to keep a little bit of a distance because I was in a relationship, and I know you wanted fuchi time with me, and I like if I meet him, something might happen, so I better not see him. And then I also got a little upset that you say no to me.
Right. So that was probably the reason why he didn't want to meet up, because I said I was going to
I wanted to be faithful
boat.
and loyal in my relationship, but he made sure to ruin it. Eventually I break it up.
That's not my fault.
Yeah.
But back to the story. We're gonna get back to that whole entire story because it gets deep and dark, and obviously I'm not.
You're not sharing all of those things.
I'm sharing all of it.
Okay, fine.
I told him I'm not going on the Louis Vuitton boat, and then he told me, and I asked him if you'd want to grab lunch tomorrow. He said I'm busy. I'm shooting.
I was shooting a campaign with the collection. Let me just say, the Louis Vuitton collection for America's Cup. We went all the way to Coney Island to shoot by the beach.
From.
It was
Where I'm from, I grew up 5 minutes away from Coney Island.
And I had to shoot content.
That's
all
okay.
those images went on all the outlets in Mexico.
Anyways, we stopped speaking. Fast forward 4 months, about August, I get a DM from someone, I don't know who, saying that he's coming to New York for Halloween.
And I needed a photographer, so of course I'm going to DM him.
For the entire month of October.
I have my ulterior motive. But I need a photographer, so I needed to,
So we met up, and...
It was love at first sight.
Actually, wait. Before we met up, he DM'd me, text message. We swapped numbers. He texted me from August till October 26th every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day. And if I didn't reply to him, including on Yom Kippur, which is a Jewish holiday where I turn off my phone completely. He messaged me that day saying, "You abandoned me." I haven't even met him yet. I haven't even met him in person yet, and that was the first thing he told me. I should have, I should have.
Then I'm a psycho.
I should have caught on to that early on.
Yeah, well, I'm Latino, so I'm passionate. I'm like, fiery.
So we both said that we'd meet up on Halloween. We both got invited to Brian Atwood's Halloween party.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to go. You didn't want to go.
I didn't want to go because I previously went and I felt that I know all of the guys there and I never feel... I don't know.
You're best friends with all of them, so I don't understand.
True, very valid, very valid. But I just, I wanted to go to something different. I wanted to spend time with you. Like, I wanted it to be more of like a one-on-one experience.
So he took me to Soho House.
I took him to the Soho House.
Little old me, farm boy, I didn't know what the Soho House was. So, okay, we're going here. You cannot take pictures here. I was very upset about it.
He was very upset, especially as an influencer. He wanted to take some
I
photos.
wanted to document my New York experience. But the first thing I want to say is that when I met you, you were taller than I was expecting it to be.
I'm 5'11" and a half.
And it's way skinnier than I was expecting him to be.
Yeah.
No, that is not true. You look exactly the same. I like skinny.
I've gained a little weight since. I've come a long way since. I was like 130 at the time. I'm 155 now.
Anyway, we met that night and it was love.
Right. And since then we've been kind of together, and now I guess Christian told me that he was ending his relationship at the time. Let's just go back to that since I dropped that bomb on you guys. It took him a long time, and I feel like and it makes sense because he's not a really great communicator in a relationship. So it makes...
I have Pisces in my third house, so that's why I'm blaming it.
You have who?
Pisces.
Oh, Pisces.
On the third house of my natal chart, so it's not my fault.
I don't even know what that means.
It's on the stars. Most of the girls that are listening, they know what I mean.
Okay, so they'll get it. Well, anyways,
look at us. 7 years.
Right.
You want to go little by little, like a timeline? Then when was the next time we met?
That's how we met. That's how we got together. And since then, we've been together. And
well, I mean, I was living in Aruba at the time, and like he pressured me so hard for me to move to the United States that I had to go through all the process of applying for my visa, like making sure that I could, live here comfortably. Because some people think that you're my sugar daddy, but you're not my sugar daddy. I had to work hard to get here.
Yeah. There is a little website with this blog. I'm not going to name it, but me and Christian sometimes go on it to just read these awful comments.
Every single relationship that I had, it's always been like that. No, he has a sugar daddy. I work fucking hard to get whatever I am, which is probably nowhere right now. But I have no help. I've been helping myself my whole life. Well, you walk the dog at night sometimes.
Yeah, just sometimes, right? That's all I do.
Yeah.
I do literally all the heavy lifting in the apartment. All the logistic things. He doesn't... Anyways, we'll keep that for a different episode.
But yeah, that's how we met.
Right.
And that's how you met.
The long distance. Christian was living in Aruba. I was living in New York. It was perfect. I was going to Aruba 12 times a year.
And I was coming to New York and not having to pay taxes here.
I know. Isn't that so much fun?
Can we eliminate this part?
I know.
No, when I wasn't living here, I was just going back and forth.
Christian just submitted his taxes today.
And he's
always late.
I'm not happy.
And he's not happy. But and I'm like, welcome to America.
I'm not happy. I'm happy to pay taxes because I love living here in New York City. I'm not happy doing the whole process of like writing down all these numbers. And that's the part I'm not happy. The calculation.
That sounds so un-American of you.
I don't like the math part of it. I don't mind paying taxes.
Oh, that's the part that's un-American of you. No one likes to pay taxes.
Well, you know what? Because I'm not from here, and I love living in New York City. This is a dream come true, and like I'm so happy that I'm here. So I don't mind paying. If I had to pay to live here, I pay to live here.
There's still potholes on the streets. The trains are dirty.
I don't care. I don't see that.
You're paying for all of that, and it's still nothing's like it's not being paid for.
Doesn't matter.
Anyways, he doesn't get it. I was born and raised here in New York. I know what it's all about, and it ain't it.
So we were in Iowa, and people is like, why were you in Iowa?
For the first time ever, a state that I never thought I'd visit.
That's not a your show happening there. Why are you in Iowa?
True. We were there for March Madness.
Yeah.
We were there with the Marriott Bonvoy. We have a ongoing partnership with them. I'm sure if some of you guys are listening, you've seen the ads.
They all know. They see the ads.
You guys have seen the ads. They're beautiful and amazing, obviously.
Yeah.
And we love working with the Marriott Bonvoy. And we got to go to Iowa and experience NCAA's March Madness.
The games, we experienced the games. I got really invested.
Honestly, I am so shocked of how
I don't like sport, but
I used to be very involved in sports, and I liked watching sports in high school, but it's not like Gossip Girl once a week. It's like you have to watch 14 games in one night, every single night. You have to be fully invested, and after going
you're
to
lazy.
college,
You can,
yeah, lazy.
Your brain can keep up with all the information.
No, I just felt like I was like, you know what, I'm not into this anymore. I can't follow sports anymore. So I stopped following it after I graduated high school.
All right, but it was a fun experience. It was exhausting because we sat down through 4 games back to back.
And it was surprisingly, we were invested. Like we decided to root on for one of the teams early on.
They lost.
Well, Kansas City won, and
But they lost they didn't go to the finals.
Well, they're still playing this Saturday.
For what? I don't know. You see,
Anyways,
I have no idea what we're talking
Kansas
about.
City, well, probably when this is live, Kansas City is. We'll find out their fate.
Anyway, but I wanted to go out every night, like, to grab some wine, meet the boys, go to the East Village there. They say it's fun, but, I'm dating
well, we were
50-year-old
every
man.
morning.
He didn't want to go out, check out the scene, the boys,
We were
like,
up
shake booty somewhere. No, this is what I'm dealing with. Like, I'm the party boy, and he acts like grandma.
We were up every morning from like 6:30, and
I still have the energy.
okay, well, I didn't, and I wanted to be fresh. We were shooting, we were walking around, we were getting.
Every night I went to bed angry because I wanted to do something, and he's like, "No, we're going to bed."
That
That's
sounds
Moti
like-
and Kari to you guys. If you think you're gonna have a good time with him on a trip, no, he wants to go to bed
That's a
every
lie.
night, very early.
Every trip I go out, I don't know why you're lying.
What? And you called me that I was looking haggard. Haggard is the word? Yeah. You ruined my whole experience.
One morning, I told Christian while we were shooting, I was like, Christian, you look a little haggard. Do you want some concealer? And he was
That's
like,
my
what?
new word.
And he like,
I don't wear makeup, and I have nothing against wearing makeup, but someone here loves to cover his face in makeup.
I don't cover my face in makeup. All I use is a tinted moisturizer and concealer for under my eyes because I know I'm going to be filmed and I know I'm going to be on camera, and I just want to look good.
Yeah, because otherwise you look like a raccoon.
Otherwise, I look like a raccoon.
This is all natural beauty. Thank you.
I know, it shows. Really? Actually, we're saving that for another episode.
I don't do Botox anymore if you want to jump on it right now.
It's been 3 months.
It's been 6.
It's been like 3 months. I remember the last time
And
you
know
went.
what? I like my wrinkles now. I don't care.
Anyways,
that was it.
Back on the NCAA situation.
Why are we back on it?
Just because I think it's so bizarre. Well, we actually have a couple of things that we want to talk about. I find it so bizarre that a team will play an entire season, someone who works their ass off and are on top of their game, then are entered into March Madness, and if they have one bad game, they're out. It is so bizarre to me that someone on the number 1 spot get kicked out in a second.
Yeah, well, you're not really number 1 then.
Well, that happened during our.
You think there's luck involved in this game?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of different layers. What if the player?
Please teach me, because you know so much about basketball.
I know so much about basketball, like so much.
You're a Sagittarius. You think you know it all.
You know what? I do know it all.
Mm-hmm.
I really do, and
Okay,
that's something
well, I don't think half our audience or the whole situation here knows anything about basketball, so I think you can fool them easily. Like
Right.
you fool me.
Right. I know basketball. I know the rules. I know like when there's when they're traveling or when there's like. I understand when the ball goes into the hoop, and that's a point. I know a 3-pointer. I know all the, the point guard, the forward, the center. I know all the positions. Yeah, you see, I know.
Just because Ami knows about it. Ami is his twin brother.
Ami's my twin brother.
Oh, you're a twin. Do people know that you're a twin?
I think most people know I'm a twin. He'll definitely be a guest here eventually.
Shout out to Ami.
Shout out to Ami, my twin brother, who I love very much. I doubt he's going to be listening, but if he does, this is for you.
He's going to kill you.
So every episode we plan on having an audience-generated segment where you guys will be able to send in your questions or whatever the segment is. We will obviously share that with you guys. But last night we asked our followers on Instagram what is their partner's ick? What is something that annoys them that their partner does?
I love this.
I could do like literally 4 hours of this segment, so I'm really
Talking
excited.
about me?
Oh, of all my partners.
You only have one.
Exactly.
Me. Yeah. Never date a virgin, please.
And I wasn't a virgin.
You said we could talk about everything.
I wasn't a virgin. But
Sure.
I guess I was a virgin in the gay world, yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, you're out now.
Ooh,
Whoa.
wow.
Like, like people didn't know.
Dum,
Sure.
dum, dum, dum.
Yeah.
Well, actually, last night we saw one of our friends, we saw one of our friends, her name's Jenna, and I once commented on her post, and her husband kept asking her, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Like, do you have a fling with him? Do you have something to do with him? And she told me last night about it. So, yeah, people might not know.
There's some people that is blind, and I don't want to. Okay, go for it.
So we asked some of our followers what their icks are about their partner, what annoys them, what bothers them, and here are some of our favorites that we plan on sharing. The first one is big, B-I-G capital. Ick is when I see my boyfriend treat bartenders and service people badly.
I mean, that's a big ick. I get it when you start dating, and like, of course, that's a red flag if you don't like that kind of thing. No one likes that. But like, are you in a relationship with that person? Because if you went on a date with him and saw it, I mean, you cut that out of your life, right?
Right.
But why you decide to continue that relationship with that person? Would you drop someone just because he was like a little fudge to the waiter?
I mean,
because it all depends. Because sometimes waiters like treat you not nice if they don't smile or like, you know, it's a fit.
You're one of those people that treat the bartenders badly.
Another bartender, even you treat you bad. If you are like, hi, good morning, how are you? And then I just get a sad little face that you usually have in the morning, then you know what? I change my mood completely.
I honestly, it bothers me so much when people are so rude to the wait staff and bartenders because you don't know what they're going through. And they're there
you're making me
literally
sound like I'm
serving
rude to them.
No,
I'm not
you're
rude
not.
to them.
Christian isn't rude to them. Sorry, I didn't mean. We know that you're not rude to them. We're talking about user 1247812.
And now that I'm a sommelier, I'm also on the service business.
Right now, you're a wait staff.
So I can. I am not a wait staff. I'm a sommelier, certified sommelier.
Congratulations.
But I could work on a restaurant if I wanted to. I'm not doing that. I want to start hosting dinners. Anyway, yeah, it is an ick. Yeah, it is an ick. Like, that's not nice to treat bad the waiters, especially here in New York City.
I think it's,
Anywhere.
Or anywhere.
It's an ick. Would you break up with someone that repeatedly treats people like shit?
If he's treating the wait staff like that, he
treats you like a king. He showers you with gifts. He's a good father. He's a good father to the dog. He is the nicest son to the mom and dad. But he's a bit of a dick to the waiter that is being a dick to him. You will end the relationship because of it?
Okay, that's
an extreme.
That's an extreme.
But
I feel like someone who is rude to the wait staff is not only not rude to the wait staff.
But
so
maybe you secretly like it. And he's probably rude to you too.
He's probably rude to me too.
And you enjoy it secretly.
Yes, secretly. No one enjoys being disrespected.
I don't know. I don't think that's a nick on a relationship.
Anyways, our next ick is beard. That's kind of gross. Beard or pube hairs on the sink and anywhere else except the trash.
We said we weren't going to have a classy show. Well, why did you say those words?
Well, that's what she said.
Well, I mean, if you're dating a man, you have to deal with hair all the time.
Honestly, like, I am so grateful that we have our own bathrooms. Just because of that, I would not be able to share my own bathroom.
Yeah, that's why we
So one solution is work really hard and get a second bathroom so you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, that's how we solve that problem.
That's how we solve that problem.
And that's why we pay so much in rent.
Well, yeah.
Because of Moti and Christian.
It's for my mental health, and every penny's worth it.
Yeah, you psycho. Yeah, it happens. And we're 3 men in the house, so there's hair everywhere. So
we're 2. Well, Feastook, yeah.
Yeah, he sheds a lot.
Sheds, not shits.
Yeah. We're going to have subtitles. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys that it's going to be hard to understand me, but eventually you will learn how to identify the words that are coming out of my mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo speak fluent Christian.
I do speak fluent in Christian.
Y hablamos español también. Yo soy venezolano, para los que no lo saben. Y haremos segmentos en español en el futuro.
Perfect. So now we're going to stop with that. Thank you. And now the next one, before we get into our own icks, I hope you thought of them. Our next one is when my boyfriend grinds his teeth at night. I honestly don't think that's
depending. What is he doing?
Honestly,
it's out and about at a club, and he's like.
Well, I think for like next Christmas or Hanukkah, just get him a mouth guard, and you'll be fine. Like, I don't think that's really an ick.
Well, we all have those things. You,
Right.
for example, you cannot breathe through your nose
Okay.
because it's broken.
Okay.
And
It is. I do
you
have a
snore
deviated
loud,
septum.
and believe me, the smell is not nice either. But you chew. I think like you.
Okay. we're going like that. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Go on. Because I can't wait
It's
to...
not an ick, because I love you the way you are. I learned 7 years living right next to you. Like, I know how you smell. Like, it's fine, but it's... If I was a new person that you started dating, I would say, like, yeah, no, that's not nice. But now, after okay, are you mad?
No, I'm not
bro?
mad at all. I'm so happy that you're telling me all this because now I'm not going to stop. Well, let me share my icks about my lucky partner. I'm not going to say who it is, but as you guys know, I've only had one my entire life. But I'm not going to point.
In real life, because I knew you were texting a bunch of guys and like no one pay attention
No,
to
that's
you.
not true. I haven't lived with anyone else.
Justin, we'll see you this weekend.
I haven't lived with anyone else. Anyways, one of my icks about my partner is when they leave the door open when they pee, and while they pee, they go, It's
Well,
the most grossest.
It's called being a man.
No, it's called being gross.
It's called being a Latino man.
It's called being...
And I'm just showing dominance, and that I'm the
Yeah.
alpha male in the house, and that's why it happens. So it's in my instinct. It's inside of me. Like,
That's literally all false. And
no.
you
do it too now.
No, I don't.
You do
I
it too
literally
now.
don't.
You don't notice it, but you
I
do it
never
too.
do the,
You have copied all my bad habits.
No, I don't. I make sure not to copy your bad habits. They are a reminder not to do them. But yeah, that's one thing that really, you could work on that, I feel.
Do you think, let me see, who else said something here? Oh, you stole that one from me, the waiter situation.
I added it from the, because remember when we were talking.
Oh, people that chew with their mouth open. I think that's a general, not only for partners, but you do that all the time. Because you cannot breathe through your nose, so you actually chew with your mouth open so you could breathe. And not the only thing that you do with your mouth open so you can breathe.
I do not chew with my mouth open.
You're like a goat.
I do it purposely when I have potato chips because I know that it pisses you off. I know.
My dad used to do that and it used to drive me crazy. And I see it in you now. I don't do it. But I I understand because you cannot breathe through your nose.
That's not true.
So it's okay.
I could breathe through my nose.
That's love.
I could breathe through my nose, but not completely because I have a deviated septum. But that's not, I do not chew with my mouth open.
And you have so much money. Why haven't you fixed that? I don't understand.
You're so stupid. I just don't want to be honest, like I don't want to change something.
It's part of your crooked nose is part of yourself.
I kind of like, I don't want to look, I'm already manicured as I am. And like, I don't want to manicure my entire face and look like one of those,
We're talking about like just fixing it. Like put it back to the right side. Because right now it's like this.
What if I don't like it?
It's your original nose. How come you're not going to like it?
I don't know. It's our wrap for our first episode. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on all the social channels. We are on @Moti and Kari at Instagram.
And Christian Bendek. Bendek. Christian Bendek.
Christian Bendek. And we're also on @Bickering Podcast on all social channels. So be sure to check that out. And we'll see you again next week.